we're going to effleurage down. So we always start at the temples. These are your temples, okay? We're going to come down, going to cross over our fingers, and then we're going to come down onto the chest area. We're going to come around the shoulders, and then we're going to come up the back of the shoulders, up the neck, to the hairline or headband, towel, whatever comes first. Release the pressure and just gently sort of tickle back to the temples, okay? So that's movement number 1. No, it's not, it's movement number 2. Okay, so how many times do I do movement number 2, Courtney? 6 times, oh my lordy. Okay, so we do this 6 times.
When I had a facial, it's not like this.
Well, this one is. Okay, now, next movement, Courtney, if you wouldn't mind just telling me what it is.
Effleurage the face, slide down to chest, rotary, I can't say it.
Petrissage.
Yeah, movements.
Okay. So number 3 then, next movement, is basically going off the back of that, but this time I'm going to effleurage the face. I'm going to come down onto the pectoral area where your pecs are, and then I'm going to do rotatory movements around. Continue circling all the way around, all the way at the back of the neck, and all the way back to the temples again. Okay, so we slide on the face only, and then all of this is circles. That's why I said stand up. Stand up.
Oh, I thought you said don't stand
up. No, I didn't say don't stand up. No, I said stand up. Make sure you can see, because you guys won't be able to see either what I'm doing. You can sit down in places, stand up in places, alright? Don't be scared to move. Okay, so we're going to come down onto the chest, circle our way out to the shoulders, around the back of the shoulders, yeah? At the back of the neck. That's quite a light movement I've been doing there. How many times would I need to do that? So we've done it about 55 times now, but that's okay. And then what's next? Chantal, would you like to read the next one out for me?
One-handed effleurage, start on opposite shoulder, work across chest, around other shoulder and back up of neck, and up back of neck, pulling up the back of the neck with alternate hands.
Okay, so it's a bit of a complicated one here. Okay, so I started on the opposite shoulder, I've come around with one hand, and then I'm going to slide with alternate hands up the back of the neck. Okay, I'm going to do this a few times so you can see what I'm doing. The next one down says to repeat those movements, okay? Now, hand down on the opposite side, okay? I'm going to slide across the chest, around the shoulder, up the neck, the head will tilt slightly over, then you use your other hand to alternate slides up the back of the neck. It's the back of the neck you want to be doing, okay, not the front, back. Okay, and then we place our hand down again and we work across. Now if you count to 6 when you do those alternate slides at the back of the neck, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, I put my hand down. That means that you're not going to keep doing the same side over and over and over again, which is what will happen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hand down, yeah? And then it keeps the flow, because a lot of you will get a bit confused when you do this one, which is quite normal. It's always the one that gets people, okay? If you don't count to 6, what will happen is you'll put that hand down, you'll be like, oh, I don't know what to do. Okay, so you always put that hand down, count to 6. Okay, so we'll pretend this is the last one. I think I've probably done it more than 3 times each side. Okay, and on the last one, if you just bring your hands up just to link the movement with your fingers back to the temples. Okay, next movement then, down onto the chest, is it? Pectoral circles. Okay, so from the temples, what number is that? Just
7.
Number 7, thank you. So we're all on number 7. Okay, because the other movements were about repeating. So with this movement then, you're coming down onto the chest area, you're going to do what we call pectoral circles. So on the top of the pec area, okay, not too far down obviously. You're working that muscle and you're working your way out. With all you guys as well, particularly with you having your hands in front of you all the time, texting, watching, you know, your tablets and things like that, being on the computers, driving, etc. We use these muscles a lot. Okay, so from this area out, you want to be doing some nice deep movements. Actually, can be a little bit painful for some people. A little bit ticklish. Ticklish is probably because there's a lot of tension there. If you look at Lauren's chest, you'll see there's quite a lot of erythema. Okay, so she's obviously been working far too hard at Damon's, carrying far too many plates. Okay, with her hands forward, and it's, you know, causing a bit of tension in this area. She's also molting. Okay, so work our way out. Then do we go straight into the shoulder circles? Finger circles around the shoulder? Yeah. So from there we're going to link in, we're going to continue. I use my thumb as a bit of a pivot, use my fingers to circle. Okay. We come right the way round to the back until I can't go anymore because my hands don't twist that way. Lift them up, use your thumb as a pivot and start again. So we do that 3 times, okay? When you do this movement, bring it down the arm a little bit. Don't be scared to bring it down. So we're working on what's called the deltoids right now, which is like your shoulder pad muscle, I call it. Okay. And then from there you're going to go into thumb circles, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm asking because my massage changes frequently.
So how much do I have to follow on this guideline?
That feels weird. Yeah? Okay, so it feels a bit weird here because we've got a lot of tension just in that area. I don't know if you can see, does it feel painful?
How do you know that that's there?
Because I can feel it underneath my thumbs. It feels lumpy bumpy. You'll feel it when you're doing each other. Okay. Okay, so you can see how it's going red. Can you see how it's going a bit patchy red on those areas? That is erythema coming out. That's lactic acid coming out of the muscle. Have you heard of that word before, lactic acid? So when you do your workouts and stuff like that, if you don't cool down properly afterwards, that's why you can't walk the next day. Yeah, because you've released too much lactic acid out of the muscle, and it has to go somewhere. So you can see the areas where the tension is on Lauren. She's got little bits here and little bits there. It's quite interesting because it's like it draws a map of where the tense muscles are. And you can tell it's not a reaction because of the fact that it's patchy. It's just come from the pressure of this massage. Okay, then from there, you're going to have your thumbs, so fingers on top, thumbs underneath, and you're going to work across the back of the trapezius now. Yes, is that right? Okay, so this is really nice and relaxing. Now you might see your clients come up with goosebumps a little bit. That's good because it means that it feels nice. Okay, it's relaxing the muscles. Okay, so you're working your thumbs inwards. Thumb circles working in towards the neck. Now don't strangle your client, which is why my fingers are pointing towards the sky. Not like that, however much you might want to. Okay, push away to come back down. Okay, God, my nails look filthy. I hate this light and oil. Okay, all the way in, push back out. And then once you've done that 3 times, you're going to bring your fingers underneath, and then you're going to do the circles with your fingers, yeah? What number are we on, guys?
10's a little bit around shoulders.
And then we're going to do knuckles, okay? So this is a kneading movement. I'm going to have my fingers like this, okay? Like that. Alright, so I'm going to move my hands, but I'm also going to move my knuckles as well, alright? So it's not just one thing, not just that, you'd move in together. Okay, so you have them underneath, and you're doing those kind of movements backwards and forwards. Bring your elbows forward as you work up the neck. Okay. Never rest on the bed as well, guys. If you rest on the bed, you're going to really restrict your movement. You won't be very good at massaging. Okay. You can feel this. My arms, you know, my forearms are feeling a bit achy from doing it. All that massage I did at the weekend. Okay. So you just really, this is a needed movement. You're just really working across the top of the trapezius. What's next, my loves?
Effleurage the Face.
Okay, so what we're going to do from there is I'm just going to do a general effleurage just to link the movements together. Okay, and I think what we'll do is we'll leave it there because we're going on to the face now. I want you to practice these on each other. Okay, because it's too much to remember all in one go. Okay, and then we'll continue with the face.